when you're working on a yacht and you're using the charts, do you actually need to know exactly where you are all the time? And the answer to that is no, you don't have to know exactly where you are. So again, I'm here, I'm sailing from Cane Garden, I'm heading to Mandel Bay. I'm out here in the middle somewhere, and life is good. I can see, looking at my chart, that I'm not going to run into any trouble if I'm somewhere in the middle of all this. There's nothing to run into, and it's all about between 30 and 40 meters deep, tons of water. If for some reason I'm starting to get closer to the Great Tobago Keys here, then I can see that there's something called King Rock. And to me, that might be a problem. So as I get closer to this space, if I am, then I'll be more concerned about exactly where I am. So we left, let's say we left Tortola, and we know which way we're heading, and we made a note in our logbook. So with your logbook, so here we go, here's a log, and we're going from Cane Garden, Tortola, Cane Garden, Tort, and we're going to Mandel Bay, St. T. Nice. All right, I have to treat my logbook with lots of TLC. And that's not tender loving care. What that is time, log, course, and then maybe some notes. So here we go, here we go, here we go. Time, log, course, notes. And I'm going to leave Tortola around about, let's say I'm leaving Tortola at about 1300, so midday, or just after midday. The log reading is actually a bit like an odometer on a car. And what you're really looking for is a start point. So if the log reading right now is, say, 156 nautical miles, that's great. That's just good to know, but it's your baseline. So that's where we're going to start. The log read 156 at the start of the passage, and it will click up each time you go through a mile. It'll go 156, 157, 158. And so we'll be able to work out how far we've traveled. The course we established was, well, let's do it again. We were going to go from Cane Garden to the anchorage on Mandel Bay, and I wanted to know what the course to steer was, remembering to use the inside circle. Oh, and also making sure that my parallels don't slip as I walk them. So here we go, let's try that one more time. So here we are, keep that squished down. Okay, then, oh, and I didn't make a mark. So here we are, I then read off on the inside circle what I am, and it looks like it's 268 degrees magnetic. My course is 268 degrees magnetic, and I'm leaving St. Cane Garden anchorage. Great. So time goes by, and at 13:30, I know I'm out here somewhere, but I don't really know exactly where I am. But I do have some information from the boat. So at 13:30, my log reading is now 159. Oh, 159 nautical miles. My course hasn't changed. I'm still heading 268 degrees magnetic, and I'm out there somewhere. And the depth sounding is 27 meters. Depth, 27 meters. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is actually try and work out with some level of confidence where I actually am on the chart. So I'm going to plot what's called a DR on the chart. Okay, so to plot a DR, what we need to know is the direction we've gone in and how far we've gone in that direction. So let's plot that on the chart. I know I'm on a heading of 268, so I've got my parallels set up. I've got the one edge through the crosshairs, the other edge is on 268. I now have to move my parallels up to Cane Garden Bay, trying to be very careful not to let them slip. And here I am, Cane Garden Bay, and lo and behold, as you would expect, one end is on Cane Garden and the other end is at Mandal. So I draw my course line. So there's my course line. Because it's a course line, I'm just going to put a little chevron, in the middle, and that's the symbol that represents a course line when we're plotting. So I know the direction I've gone in, and I actually now know, because of my log reading, that the distance I've traveled is from 156 to 159. So I've gone 3 nautical miles. So I take my dividers and I go to either my scale or I go to the latitude scale and I set my dividers up for 3 nautical miles. But let's just do a quick check. So that's 3 minutes of latitude, which should be 3 nautical miles, which it is. And I have only traveled 3 nautical miles since I left the anchorage. So that means mark off 3 miles. Because it's a DR, the plotting symbol for a DR is a semicircle. And I also want to know what the time is when I made that plot. So next to it, I write the 1330. And that is my DR position, my dead reckoning position.